What do you think that symbol is?
It's a bike lane.
Then why don't you use it?
I don't know. I was trying to hear what you were saying. I kept thinking you said light or right.
Bike lane,
Yeah.
bikes,
All right.
bike lane.
So up.
Look at this symbol.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a bike.
I know what that is. I know what that is.
Well, stop riding all over the damn road. Get off my hand!
Tomatoes. Such a weird, creepy noise. I hope there's no bears out here today.
Oh God, don't start your bears.
Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. On today's episode, we will be featuring the Polygon Premier 4. That's right, we're going to be doing a real-time review today. We're going to put through its paces, we're going to test out the brakes, we're going to test out that 2x, we're going to see if this bike holds up throughout the entire ride. We're going to be talking about it the whole time too.
We're going to see if you can figure out how to use a 2x on a climb.
Yeah, I'm not so certain I will be able to use the 2x on the climb, that's for sure. We got a lot of climbing, we got some downhill portions, and we've got a couple of tabletops. We got the tire test area. It's going to be very interesting to put this bike through the paces today. So if you guys are a fan, maybe you're looking to get in this bike, maybe if you just want to see what maybe Bikes Online has to offer, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and guys, without further ado, let's get on this bike.
Is that?
Alright guys, well, we got the 27.5 by 2.1 with a flat. Now, we were talking about in initial impressions, Wolfman said, well, maybe, he brought up a good point. He's like, maybe it was just for packaging purposes. You know, maybe tight spot in the box or something like that, so they had to take the air out. We done filled this thing up that night, remember, before we did a shift test. And then we come out here.
And after that, we did it twice that night.
Yeah, twice that night. And again, we know it's flat. How the hell does a tire go flat from factory to the box?
Maybe the tube was just bad to begin with or something.
But we'll probably take this tube back to the shop, save a little bit of money, and put some flat out in it. Let's get the sucker changed out.
I just hope that's not a sign of things to come.
Well, I'm taking big precautions. We just went to the bike shop. We got some CO2 cartridges. I'm probably going to take 2 tubes with me, just in case. Okay, clap test. Alright, Wolf Tick Nation. Got the Oakleys here, fixing to start riding. Got Wolfman in front of me. We're actually trying a new audio system, lavalier mic. Let us know if you guys hear any difference in the audio.
A new mic.
Yeah, new mic.
Audio system.
Let's go put this kickstand up on the Polygon Premier 4. Yeah, this is going to be a totally new experience. I haven't ridden the bike with a 2x ever, I don't think. Well, maybe a couple of times, and haven't ridden one with a 3x in a minute. So the interesting thing, whoa, that's not how that. Interesting thing is going to be the 2x and the whole left derailleur, or front derailleur. It's gonna be very strange, but we're gonna kind of cruise this guy down here, make sure this audio system is working, and then we will hit the trail. Man, it is a beautiful day out. It is super muggy, so we'll definitely be putting these grips to the test. We always talk about whiskey throttle and being super humid. We'll see how they do, but right now they're very comfortable in the hands, but I am going to be putting some gloves on. All right, let's try this audio. Let's get some gloves on. Let's see how this thing does. Audio is good, so we're going to start getting all these cameras going here. We got about 50 GoPros on this bike today. And let's see what we can do, guys. Seat post is dropped down all the way, and I'm ready to know that this is going to be an issue when we're going downhill because it is just not wanting to get out of the way whatsoever. So that's going to be a problem. And we did do the test. For all you guys that missed the initial impression video, make sure you guys go back. We actually took these bolts out, and the seat post wouldn't go down any further, which I guess we could always cut it. You know what I'm saying? This bike standover is not the greatest, but we'll see if the seating position today is good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shift to the front derailleur. We're going to shift on the smallest of chain rings. All right, there we go. We're going to do a little bit of climbing here, kind of circle around this parking lot, and then we're going to start some climbing. We'll talk about the group set, and we'll also talk about the fork a little bit. The fork right now is in the stiffest of positions, and it's decently stiff. And remember, we don't have any type of lockout on it. It's just got like preload, which most preloads we all know don't really work. Ooh, the shifter, very snappy on that Acera. Very snappy on the shifter over here. I do like that. And really with that that front derailleur, our little viewing window here, very big help to know if I'm in the bigger of the two or the smaller of the two on the chain rings. But all right, guys, here we go. All right, smallest of the chain ring. I smell Wolfman cigar. Okay, let's start climbing with this guy. And as far down as the seat post will go is right about at my right riding position for climbing. I could probably go a little bit higher, but man, I mean, I'm 5'5". It'd be really nice to get the seat post cut down a little bit. This is as far as down as it'll go. Now, go ahead and leave it in the comments, guys. This bike came with a flat. Do you think that I will get a flat? I think I'm going to get a flat. Just being real with you. I think I'm going to get a flat today, but we'll see. All right, so the group set so far, the Acera. I'm thinking we're going to be getting some chain slap. I'm assuming a lot, but right now it's shifting good. Shifting really good. I'm on the smallest of chain rings. Let's see. That's 5th gear, I believe. 6th, 7th, and 8th. All right. Oh, no. I'm talking about I'm in 1st. Holy crap. I was thinking I was going the other way. See what happens when you get display window? It confuses you. I'm in 1st gear on the smallest of chain rings. And wow, I mean, my legs are just a pumping here. Super easy climber. So this thing here, so far, it kind of feels like the cockpit is a little bunched up. And we talked about the Polygon Premier on initial impressions, and everybody kind of weighed in. I think most people agreed with me. It's a little strange on how short of a stem they give you here, but just for reach purposes and comfort purposes, I kind of wish that it had like a 60mm or a 70mm stem so I could be kind of out here. It just feels like I'm bunched up a little too much in the cockpit. Like right now, my shoulders are almost fatigued already, and this is the first bike I've ridden so far today. I got warmed up. My shoulders are kind of feel like a little tired. It's very strange. Let's go and talk about this fork. Again, it's in the stiffest of positions on the preload knobs, and it's not really doing a whole bunch right now, but it's a good thing. We'll get to the flat ground. We're going to soften it up a little bit and see if it actually starts absorbing stuff. Okay, guys, we got to a stopping point. Everything so far is holding together just fine. What I wanted to do now is we're going to go to these preload knobs and excuse all the cableage here. With these preload knobs, we are going to lessen the tension on them. And we're going to go them all the way over to the left. We hit a few clicks here, so now we have the stopping point. Very awkward, okay? The fork isn't terrible. It's actually absorbing okay, which really surprises me. Okay, here comes the shift. That front derailleur, I'm liking it. I just don't like all the extraness. I'm more of a simplistic guy. Simpler the better. Fork's not terrible. I'm shocked that actually made a difference. Now, how long will it hold up? I'm not sure. It is an SR Suntour fork, but they're pretty much all the same once you get a coil fork. Some I think are just a little bit tougher than others. Got a little bit of mud. We'll see how these tires handle today. Remember, we got our famous tire test area coming up on this trail. But what do you guys think? Is this Polygon Premier 4 worth it? $499. I think they were on sale at the time. You guys let us know. And also, we have nothing to do with, we're not affiliated. Bikes Online did not send us this bike. We just happened to get one and test it out. Okay, guys. Here we are. You guys all know where we're at. All right. It is our test track for the day. Now, what we're going to take a look at this bike, make sure she is all solid. I'm kind of digging the kickstand. Let's give Wolfman a call before we go any further. Hey, Dad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, well, at the top and fixing to take the Premier 4 down the trail.
How's the Premier 4 doing?
You know, it did really good on the climb with my legs because the seat won't go down any further, but the seat is at the position I need it to climb, so I'm worried about the downhill. The front half of the bike is my shoulders are like burnt out already for some weird reason because the reach on this thing is so awkward.
Okay, how was the gearing?
The group set actually worked pretty good, so I was happy with the group set. We're fixing to try these brakes and tires.
All right, sounds good. Just be careful going down, especially if that seat not dropping down all the way.
Yep, I'll try to keep out of my way. All right, love you. I'll see you at the bottom. All right, guys, here we go. Seat post is dropped all the way down. We got the sloth cam going on, and we got a little fork cam action for you. We're about to hit this trail. Oh, before we do, let's tighten these up as tight as it'll go, because these actually work, I think. We'll put those stiff. Yeah, okay, they're stiff. We'll call them stiff. We're going to shift this to the largest chain ring, okay, and then we're going to hit this trail, get this downhill out of the way. Now I'm hoping that the largest chain ring is really going to help in keeping this derailleur quiet in this chain with a bunch of chain slap. All right, here we go, guys. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're a fan of these real-time reviews. Okay, we are in 8th gear. Okay, the front is popping already. Okay, super easy to row on the front side, but I have to lean so far forward because that seat's up my ass. Easy to row up front, but that front is popping because of that coil fork up there. And I'm hearing some kind of rub. I don't have a lot of confidence in the front end right now. Something's going on up there. I wish I could see it. Oh, okay. Back heavy and front heavy. Okay. Oh man, we're moving already. All right, we got the last one here. Ooh, ooh, that tire folded up on me right now, buddy. Wow, that folded up. Let's go to the stopping point. Dude, that was super fast to this point. This thing was scooting, buddy. We bombed the fork out on that third tabletop. There's about maybe 10 millimeters, 5 millimeters of travel left on that, okay? We didn't taco the rim, which is a good thing. That's what I was hearing. You hear that? That is what I heard going down. That's a first. They kind of feel loose. All right, spot between the trees. Oh! That's a rough landing on this bike. This bike is definitely a hardtail. It's almost a rigid with that front end right now. All right, we got the tire test area down here after a couple of these turns. Got that coil fork keeps popping, and that damn seat's having to go shoot up between my legs. Okay, tires gripped okay. Woo! Oh, way too damn far forward. Way too far forward. I hope I don't get a damn flat. Dude, these tires are dangerous. These tires are dangerous. They're folding up on themselves. I know everybody was like, oh, are they too fast for you? No, they're just folding up. Every time I land. Wow, okay. These brakes, the front is grabbing. And these are M2s. The rear keeps giving out. Like, I squeeze it, and then it gives out. And then it's there. And then it's out. It's gone. I don't know if there's air in the lines or what. Oh, look at that. Yep, right off that last tabletop, right before the tire test area, we got the chain falling off. So when I was pedaling right now, I wasn't pedaling anything. So chain already fell off. In this era, we all knew it was going to do that. Not the greatest of tension on the derailleur back there. You know, that's a given. Let's see what else. This damn thing has got to go, man. My butt was probably back here. Everybody knows what that's all about. Have any of you guys hit your butt on the tire before? I have multiple times going down this trail. Yeah, we already talked about the fork. We've used it all up. Good thing the front is working on the brakes, because that rear, it's not grabbing like this here. It's like, well, it is right now. It was smashing all the way down close to that bar. I wish I would have had a camera on there for you guys, but you guys, I'm sure, appreciate the sloth cam. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and go back to the truck. Let's talk about this bike, maybe some of the positives, some of the negatives with it. I'm surprised it held up, but damn, it just feels kind of dangerous. All right, guys, well, let's talk about the Polygon Premier 4. First time out on the real-time review. There's a few downsides of this bike. Let's talk. You want to talk about negatives or the positives first on the real-time review?
Let's start with the positives.
Okay, positives is the bike held up, number one, okay? Number two is the Acera group set with the, what is that, the Altus derailleur up on the front, the Acera in the rear, the whole 2x, that actually worked. And it did its job until we got to the bottom side of the trail down there. I did have a chain come off, basically. But the group set came, felt good. The group set worked. The brakes worked okay. So that's going to be the positives. The negatives on this bike. First thing is I want to get my spoke tool out. You know, maybe we go back to the shop and check them spokes. Something's loose on them spokes. Like there's a lot of movement up there. When I first started riding, I thought it was like a rubbing noise, but when we got to the halfway point in the trail, I started feeling down there. It kind of feels like something in the spoke department is loose. So that's definitely not a good thing. The tires on this bike are terrible. They are like, there's no sidewall strength to them whatsoever. I landed off of that third tabletop down there, you know, right from the little canyon. I landed, when I got to the top, I felt the tire roll. I got to my little halfway stopping point, we checked it out, and there was actually a little stick stuck in between the rim and the tire. It folded over that bad. And on the rear, again, right past my tire test area, I felt the whole sidewall just roll over itself. So the tires are super fast. There's just no durability in the sidewall. So that's definitely an issue with this bike. And they're only 2.1, so there's not like a bunch of area really tracking on the trail.
Patches.
Yeah, the contact patch is super small, but they are super fast, which they should be the way that they're designed. And the front half of the bike, it just comes to that reach being another issue. We talked about this on the trail. We talked about initial impressions. That stem is just not long enough. It's what, like 40 millimeters or something like that. It's a 45 millimeter stem. It needs to be 60. It needs to be 70 because I am so scrunched up in that position. I'm not a big guy, but my shoulders are already like throbbing like I just went through a shoulder workout. This bike is awkward. $499. I don't really know
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping. I don't really know.
On sale.
Yeah, on sale. So that's a lot kind of going against it. The best thing about this bike was the Clark hydraulic brakes that's got, but the rear was acting a little funky, almost like there was air in there. So I don't know. It's very interesting, this bike, you know. So Polygon, if you guys are watching, I don't know, man, you might want to start sending some bikes our way to maybe try out, you know, on everybody's favorite test track. I am just a little let down on this one. All right, guys, but
for the price. If this bike, now like I said before, if this bike was say $300 all in, it'd be pretty good value.
Yeah, especially with the hydraulic brakes. Wolf Dick Nation, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are not part of the Wolf Dick Nation. You guys want to buy us some cups of coffee, feel more than free to support builds like this or buys and real-time reviews like this. And if you guys want to get a little bit extra of me and Wolfman, if you guys want to see what I ate at the top of the trailhead, you guys might become a patron, all right? But until next time, guys, we will see you.
Well, only if you can handle it on Patreon.
Only if you can handle it.
Yeah, it's a little rough sometimes.